into 7-2 and 4-1 Slate House on the day. Santini remains a very solid favourite though. Weakest of the three, Bristol de May. Here's Richard.
So Bristol de May it is who cuts out the early running for the Paddy Power Cotswold chase. Santini is quickly on his girths in second place as they head towards the first of the 21. Darasha Counter and Slate House rise in third and fourth places, and the back two are Mr. Whittaker, and last of all held up is Topville Ben. So moving away from the stands and a long way to go. Bristol de May it is who's out in the lead, leading by a length from Santini in second place. 3 lengths back to the Ladbrokes Trophy winner Darasha Counter in the red and white stripes with the blue sleeves, with the novice Slate House in the red and yellow. Mr. Whittaker, former winner at the festival, in 5th place in the green and maroon. And last of all is Topville Ben, held up at the rear of the field as Bristol de May leads the turn away from the stands and will head on towards the first of the plain fences down the side of the racecourse. Bristol de May by just over a length from Santini, and spies a good stride, stretches out over it well. The whole field are over safely as they race towards what is the water jump before the first of the open ditches. Bristol de May out in the lead has extended that advantage under Daryl Jacob to about 3 lengths over Santini in the grey colours in second. Bristol de May, full of zest, gave that plenty of daylight. Darasha Counter in third place, Slate House quite keen in fourth, in red with the white sleeves, and then towards the outside Mr. Whittaker and Topville Ben, despite being the back marker, only about 6 to 7 lengths behind the leader, who really is full of beans so far this afternoon, clearing his fences, almost over jumping in many ways as they race on towards another plain one between the 2 ditches. Bristol de May out in front, again leads Santini by about 4 lengths. Mr. Whittaker's just romped to the back as Topville Ben has gone past him as they turn side on and climb up towards the open ditch, still in the very early stages of this Cotswold chase. Bristol de May out in front by 2 lengths from racing in second place at Santini. He was just asked to come up a long stride there, but did deliver. Jumping his way through the field, Topville Ben, who was last early, has moved himself through to a share of third with the Darasha Counter in 4th place, then Slate House and Mr. Whittaker. So continuing to climb, fence just about at the top of the hill. Bristol de May with Santini drawing a little closer. Slate House make a great shape over that, the novice, and has dropped hit to back of the field as they run now towards the fence that's taken on the left-hand turn before they begin the descent in earnest. So on the inside, Santini has nibbled away at the advantage of Bristol de May, who still has the lead, but it's only about a length or so as they take the next. Topville Ben from Darasha Counter, Mr. Whittaker and Slate House. So they begin the descent towards the fence, and as circuit's time will be the third last. Bristol de May just charting a slightly wider course than Santini, who is staying close towards the inside as they run downhill towards the next. Topville Ben has moved through into third place. Mr. Whittaker's on the move as well on the outside of Darasha Counter, as for the first time Bristol de May declined to put in exuberantly, just put himself right with an extra stride, and as a result Santini just about draws alongside as they make this slow steady turn that'll bring them back towards home. Still over a circuit to travel, Bristol de May and Santini on the inside in the grey colours, a couple of lengths to Topville Ben. The field, if anything, just bunch up slightly. Darasha Counter towards the inside in the blue sleeves, then Mr. Whittaker with the white face, and Slate House is last of the 6 as they make their way up the home straight, with Bristol de May still out on the front end by just over a length from Santini. Again, Slate House is inexperienced possibly at this speed, just being found out as it was a little bit in the handicap here earlier on in the season, but he's still in touch as Bristol de May leads Santini over the next. Topville Ben's the one that's made ground very smoothly into third place, but we've still got a long way to go as they turn away from the stands. Bristol de May jumping for fun out in the lead.
I'm not sure he is, Richard. I thought he was quite high at the first and he gave the third last a good old rub. But Santini's in a good rhythm for Nico de Bonville. They're going a real good on scallop. And Tommy Dawson and Topville Ben, he's catching the eye.
He certainly is. Slate House has got to be careful, Robbie Power, right at the back of your shot in the red and white. You know, he can't afford to make mistakes against this quality opposition.
So Bristol de May's pressing on again. As Ruby mentioned, he could just do with jumping a little bit more economically. Again, he set a light towards that, stretched over it, jumped it better than everything. Darasha Counter was his first serious mistake of the race, as Bristol de May is just trying to turn the screw here, and he's just getting Darasha Counter and Slate House slightly outside their comfort zone here as they race towards the water jump. Still 9 to take. Bristol de May out in the lead, Santini in second. Still travelling strongly, Topville Ben, Darasha Counter niggled along in 4th place with Mr. Whittaker and Slate House as they head towards another open ditch 8 from the finish. Bristol de May still out in the lead from Santini. First mistake by Topville Ben, just dragged his back legs through the ditch. That's just checked his momentum slightly as they carry on towards towards 7 from the finish. Bristol de May over in the lead. Santini matched him with a good jump there. In third, Topville Bend. A Rasher Counter in fourth on the inside of Mr. Whittaker. And Slate House, Robbie Power just had to give him the hurry up there as they turn towards the open ditch, climbing uphill towards 6 from the finish. Bristol de May, Santini pushed along in second, but jumped that really well. In third, Topville Bend with the Rasher Counter, Mr. Whittaker and Slate House. That chasing group of 4 still have a few lengths to find as they climb uphill towards 5 from the finish. And Bristol de May just about joined on the inside by Santini. They take it together. De Rasher Counters ground his way through into third. Topville Ben in fourth, then Mr. Whittaker and the pushed along Slate House, and still no sign of the front two relenting as they race towards the fourth last. Bristol de May and Santini have made this year's Paddy Power Cotswold Chase an honest test. Bristol de May over from Santini. De Rasher Counter is still in there pitching. Topville Ben comes next. Mr. Whittaker and Slate House as the runners run downhill towards the third last. Bristol de May for Darryl Jacob. On the inside, Santini for Nico de Boinville. De Rasher Counter in third. Topville Ben, Mr. Whittaker and Slate House are all closing in, but still Bristol de May jumps well just into the bottom of it and put his nose on the deck, and Santini it is who moves to the lead. Santini takes it up after Bristol de May's first error. Slate House has moved through into third. Topville Ben, De Rasher Counter, and then last of the 6 now is Mr. Whittaker. Santini on the home turn. Bristol de May recovering his equilibrium and coming back for another crack. Then Topville Ben in third place. They've gone on from Slate House, De Rasher Counter and Mr. Whittaker. Santini towards the second last has been involved with a battle for Bristol de May just about from the word go, and it's the Greys' turn to take the second last better. Santini on the far side having to dig in. Bristol de May launches his challenge. The Cotswold Chase has been a fantastic duel at the last. Bristol de May narrowly from Santini. They're well clear of the others. It's Bristol de May, the grey. Santini on the inside is proving a little stronger at this stage and moves his way to the lead. Santini from Bristol de May. It's Santini seeing it out strongly. A really good battle is won by the younger horse. Santini stakes his Gold Club claim in the Cotswold. Beats Bristol de May. They're a long way clear. Topville Ben and De Rasher Counter sharing a photo. It's quite close for third. Mr. Whittaker is pulled up. Slate House is pulled up. The two of them took each other on from a long, long way out. The